Good afternoon, Darkseid. About to play some more Binding of Isaac and knocking over everything off of my desk. You know, because talent. Alright, I think this time we're gonna go for a challenge run. And, well, hello Lulu. He's back. Let's do Pitch Black. Alright. This challenge is going to leave us in the dark. Literally. We're going to have a perpetual curse of darkness, and I want to say it's either a perpetual curse of the unknown or I'm just really unlucky. Either way, that's what we've got going against us. Let's see if we can do it. I see no reason why I shouldn't be able to, but I've been known to fall victim to hubris from time to time. And when I say from time to time, I mean maybe more often than I'd like to admit. Go away. There we go. This is odd. I don't think I've seen this room before. Ooh, Soul Heart. Alright, already looking good. Just getting started, and already we're in a positive position. Nothing useful there. Oh well. Away with us. So the key to doing well in this challenge is basically just to keep a slightly closer eye on what's going on. It's a little bit harder to see thanks to Curse of Darkness, but far from impossible. So you just gotta make sure that you're watching what's going on. Like the other challenges, this one pretty much just goes to Mom, so nothing that we haven't seen already. Hello, Pac-Man. But in exchange for dealing with the consistent darkness, we get item rooms, and that, well, it's not that helpful. Well, on this floor it kinda is, since the whole point of the cellar floors is dealing with spiders. Basically, Bursting Sack makes it so that spiders are less aggressive. It's a big help when you're dealing with spiders. Everything else, not so much. See how these spiders are really not even interested in me anymore? I mean, obviously, Widow is interested. Widow's still aggressive. But all the other spiders, not as much. They could really care less. Oh, whoops. Alright, well that was embarrassing. Fortunately, Widow is one of the least tanky enemies in the game, so it's not hard to take out. I'll take that. Could be better. Yep, it's a consistent Curse of the Unknown, so basically we need to memorize our health. And I think what I'm sitting at right now is 3 red hearts and 1.5 soul hearts, I think. I hope I'm not wrong about that. You know, ultimately the goal is to become strong enough that I don't need to care. Because I've got hearts, I'm still alive, that's all that matters. Oh look, the room is dead again. So I'm hoping I can get to that point. It's kind of up to the whim of the seed whether or not I get there. There we go. See? So far, so good. You just gotta be a little bit more careful. Ghost Pepper, occasional flames. You know, if I can get my luck score a little bit better than what it is right now, that'll be okay, but as of right now, I'm just kind of hoping that the occasional flame tears do something to help. As of right now, not banking my chances on them. Alright, 3 hearts, 1 soul heart. I think. Lord knows I could be wrong about that. Oh, there's a flame. There you go, Ghost Pepper at work. Merry Christmas! Oh, come on. You're gonna tell me that the flame was intangible there? Oh, no, it's not. Alright, now we're doing better.
Something's wrong.
Well, according to the game, something is wrong. According to me, that was beautiful. That's how you use bombs combatively. Ah, shit. Help! Help! You know what? No. Fuck it. Resourcefulness, the lifeblood of Binding of Isaac. Besides, where the hell else was I going to use that chariot card? Oh, wait, I see. So, in exchange for getting item rooms, we don't get shops. Honestly, not too worried about that. I'm fine with that. The occasions in which I do get the flames, though, they do a lot of damage, so I'm hoping for some luck upgrades. Make those flame tiers kinda useful. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Good boy, Monstro. But, as you can see from how inconsistent the flame tiers are, it's not a good idea to rely on them. Improved tier delay. What is this? Contract from below? Alright, that's worth it. So we're going to be hoping for more devil deals. Isn't that right, Lulu? Unlike yesterday, Lulu is chillbird today. He's just all good with whatever. I'd begun to talk a little bit about my affinity for Dungeons and Dragons the other day. Never really got anywhere on that because things got, stressful. Or perhaps it just slipped my mind, as things tend to do. D&D is a hobby that I've been engaged with since my days of high school. Which, considering my age, yeah, it was a while ago. I got into it right at the end of high school, and I've been playing pretty much ever since then. Only reason why I don't play as much nowadays as I used to is because it's hard to find good players. And surely we all have some examples of some bad players. The type of player that just doesn't pay attention to what's going on. The type of player that wants everything to be about them. Or the type of player that will play a thief and decide that the only thing he's interested in is seeing how many people he can steal from. You know, other players, NPCs, the like. I don't know how well we know our terms, so I'm just going to refer to players that do that as that guy. We've all played with that guy before. And by that guy, I mean specifically the person who just makes the game less fun for everyone else. We've all been there before. You'll be playing a game and out of nowhere, someone will just be like, "I steal everything." Well, now you're taking away the fun of the other players. You don't need to steal everything in order to feel accomplished. Or they'll just try to murder everyone. And not necessarily other players, although some people seem to think that that's how you play an evil character, you try to kill the other player characters. It's like, no, that really just means that you're looking out for yourself, not that you're just gonna murder everyone. You could say that that guy just has no idea how to play an evil aligned character. Though more than likely they're just playing a game where they give basically no fucks. I don't want that. I might want that. Another good example of that guy is the person who plays the game and expects praise and reward for doing any small thing. And again, I'm sure those of us who play have had plenty of examples of playing with someone like that. Where they expect to be rewarded simply for hitting the monster. Good job! You did basically what you were supposed to do. What kind of a reward are you expecting? Your character didn't die. That's all the reward you're getting. Now shut the hell up and keep playing. Or on the same type of note, there's also the people who think that their characters are the ones who matter more than everyone else. And I'm sure we've played with people like that as well. And I'm not gonna say that lame. I'm not gonna say that I've never been that guy before. What I can say is that I try my best not to be that guy. But oh well, that's really not helpful. And I'm not producing any flies right now, so the hell with it. Okay. Ah, no. Too many bullets. Okay. Okay, guys, come on. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure I can think of plenty more examples of that guy, but I think we get the gist. It's the person in your group that just makes things really just not very fun. And it's real easy to tell if you're that guy, because you won't be invited to very many games, and when you are invited over, the idea of Dungeons and Dragons doesn't usually come up very often. Like I said, it's easy to tell when you're that guy. People just generally don't want to run a game with you involved because you're gonna make things difficult. That sucked. Come on. Being that guy isn't just limited to being a player. You can also be a DM and be that guy. You know, the person that thinks that rolling poorly means that you're bad at the game. And no, not really. It just means you made some bad rolls. Oftentimes, what happens in D&D is down to a roll of the dice. And not everyone does great all the time. Okay. May as well take this just to make the run more interesting. Tonsil. Okay. Don't really want it, but that's nice. Help! Help! Help, motherfucker! They're coming to get me! Naming names, and if you think that I'm calling you out by saying things like this, by all means say something about it. But there are times in which the actions that you take during a game definitely have consequences. And again, you know when you're the one causing problems. point in bringing this up, of course, isn't necessarily to shame anyone. Actually, on the contrary, I love Dungeons and Dragons. What my goal would be by bringing up this topic is to hopefully help people get better at what they do, so that you don't have to worry about being that guy. You can just play the game and enjoy yourself. Oh, here's one. I haven't had a lot of experiences with this type of player myself, but I hear from other people that this is more of an issue, and that is the mysterious loner character. You know, the player that wants to play the aloof, mysterious being who just sits in the background and doesn't actually say anything or interact at all with. Oh yeah, callous, and doesn't actually interact at all with the group. They just act all alone and mysterious and aloof. And prompting me to ask, what the hell is wrong with you? You're playing a game where you're supposed to be having fun as a group, and your whole point is you want to be off by yourself. You know, and at that point, you know, you're not really making D&D fun for everyone else. At that point, you may as well just be not necessarily playing a video game, but if you want to be by yourself, I mean, yeah, I guess you may as well just be playing a video game, because you don't need a group to do that. Ooh, Little Brim. That'll help. I'm gonna ignore multi-dimensional baby since I really don't know how much health I actually have. Although that kind of made things break even, so thank you. Ooh. Well, I can use this here to get the stone chest. 2 of hearts. Oh, hopefully it helps. Ugh. Pardon me. I just had lunch. What's left? There it is. Well, you knew going into this that I was going to have a hard time seeing things. Another thing to be aware of is that D&D isn't necessarily a game for everyone. Everyone's going to take a little something different out of a game like that, since it's all about imagination. Since it's mostly about imagination and, well, to be fair, numbers. Oh, that was awful. Should be a secret room here. Furthermore, if you do play D&D, what sort of house rules do you play with? Because, admittedly, my roommate and I have been playing long enough that our D&D games don't really feel like traditional D&D anymore. It kind of feels like this strange Final Fantasy Tales of amalgamation of gaming. Which to me is plenty of fun, but other people would probably be very confused by it. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it. Oh yeah, Callus, I keep forgetting. Oh, that's not gonna help much, but... Spider Baby. This is another one of those low damage runs, but at least I only have to carry it to the mom fight. That's right, Lulu. We're only going to the mom fight. Oh, this is one of my least favorite bosses. I hate Mask of Infamy quite a lot. Not just because it comes in 2 parts, but also because you can't hit the mask from in front, and if you're on the same plane as him, he's going to want to try to ram his face into you. Which means that doing damage to him is very difficult. Fortunately, I've got Little Brim to help out with that. If only I can get you to... Okay, same vertical or horizontal plane, I should say. There we go. Oh, range up, you shouldn't have. Like, seriously, you shouldn't have. It doesn't help that much. Crap. I'm not really using IV bag all that much. I think I'd rather take something that has some killing power. Thank you very much. Chirp chirp. That's right, bird. That's right, we're making this happen. Slowly. Because our damage kind of stinks. Honestly, if it weren't for $3 bill right now, we'd still be working with our basic tiers, so thank goodness we have something granting us tier effects. The advantage to having Callus. No need to worry about things being protected by spikes anymore. But on a different point, still on D&D, but you ever get bothered by people who think that they're doing something really creative when all it's really doing is just making things more difficult? Once again, if you think that you're the person that I'm talking about and I'm calling you out, you know, bring it up to me. There's nothing saying that we can't talk about the issues that we have. Ooh, technology. But it is worth pointing out that these are things that need to be spoken of before we play another game. And to give you an example of the sort of thing I mean, when you're playing a game as a fighter, you expect to be the high strength guy doing a lot of physical damage. So if you're gonna play a fighter, you would think you would want your primary stat to be, you know, strength. Maybe with secondaries in Constitution or Dexterity to avoid taking a lot of damage, or having that damage mean a little bit less. So, under what circumstance would you ever want to play a fighter that's intelligence-based? I mean, it's not a bad stat to have, so you understand more about what's going on. But you're a fighter, you're going to be doing your best work with a strength score. So, once again, the point that I'm getting at is that sometimes by trying to reinvent the wheel, you're just making things more difficult on yourself and on the rest of your players. The people that you're playing with are going to question why you chose to be that class when you can't do what that class does. It's just a very simple assessment there. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the episode, hit that like button, maybe subscribe, help me out a little bit here. This is Dark Sage, and I'll be seeing you.